Hi everyone, so today I thought while I get ready for load-in night / day one of PNW District Championship that we can kind of chat about what inspection is, what we're looking for, things like that, since today I will be there as an inspector and can kind of talk to some of those things. So I thought, this might be a little bit more fun than just sitting and chatting about it. So I have been inspecting since 2014, and started as a lead robot inspector after COVID. So I've been doing this for a really long time, and a lot of things are still kind of misunderstood about it, and like why inspection is important, what teams should be getting out of inspection, what inspectors should be looking for, things like that. So I'm hoping to kind of clear up a few things. So first things first, what is the point of inspection? Ultimately, inspection is there to make it so that teams are having both safe robots and ones that are not a competitive advantage. Those are our ultimate goals. The rules are written with those in mind, so that when we are going through the inspection checklist, that ideally we catch all of the things that are going to be issues with that without adding unnecessary extra hoops, which is part of how teams have seen such a drastic change in how things like bumpers rules have kind of been written over the years. As we've been working hard to make sure that those are written in such a way that they're no longer just one extra thing, that they fit the purpose of keeping the robots safe from each other, but that they're not arbitrarily challenging to teams, because historically they were number one way for teams to fail inspection, have to redo inspection. It's kind of a disaster. So we are every year looking for those things, and we have a list. The inspection checklist is all going to be checked during every single inspection, no matter if it's first event, fifth event, whatever. Every single official event will have inspection, and it will be treated the same. So if you're one of the teams new to having a district model this year, your district championship inspection will look the same as your district inspection for every single event. It's ultimately not going to be more strict, less strict. We're still looking at the same things. We acknowledge that changes happen to robots, and at the end of the day, our goal is to work collaboratively with teams to make sure that we're all hitting those goals of keeping everybody safe, all the robots safe. You all have worked so hard for this, so we want to make sure that we keep the robots as safe as possible as well, throughout kind of the whole process of the inspection and the event. It leads me to an important thing that has come up year after year, and I think teams need to be acutely kind of aware of. Unfortunately, it breaks my heart that this has to be said. If you ever have an inspector ask you to do something that would actually cause damage to your robot, things like unwiring things, cutting over bumpers, anything that you're like, this really doesn't feel quite right, ask for another inspector or your lead robot inspector. You do have rights as a team. You can ask for breaks, you can ask for a new inspector, you can ask for the lead robot inspector. None of us want you to have a bad experience. And so please, 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 as somebody who is also a lead robot inspector, we don't know if something is a problem unless a team tells us. But we absolutely will try and remedy if there's any issues along the way, because we're here to support you. We're here to be proud of you. So we want to make sure that you know what those things are that you kind of have rights to, and make sure that those things are protected. That includes asking for a break at any point, making sure that you're on the same page with it. If you are having something ruled is not legal, you have the right to ask why. And if you don't understand why, or you disagree, ask for the lead robot inspector. It's fine. It's not a problem. It is just part of how it works. And there's a lot of things that are very subjective, and we're aware of that. All of the lead robot inspectors discuss all of this every year. We're very aware of things like breaker placement being a little harder to get everybody on the same page for. We don't want you to get the back and forth. So ultimately, if it would help your team to ask for the lead robot inspector, please, please, please do. Also, seriously, if your students are seeming stressed, take a break. Ask for a break. It's okay. No harm, no foul. Take care of yourselves. But do speak up, because we are doing a lot, and it's easy to kind of get lost in that for us. It's easy to sometimes forget the impact of some of this, which is always heartbreaking to me to hear from teams afterwards that something went wrong, and that even if we were able to remedy it as much on site as possible, it's still somebody having a less than great experience with something that a lot of us feel really passionately about and a lot of us really, really love. I love getting to be an inspector because it is all about working with teams on fixing these things. So also, if you're ever told like, hey, this isn't legal, or this isn't, going to work, or you just know that you're having like mechanical or electrical problems, inspection is here to help. We, in PNW, we refer to it as no robot left behind, and we feel that beyond just getting teams legally through inspection, we also feel pretty strongly about that for the sake of like getting them through the event as a whole. Robots get broken, especially this year, and we want to make sure that teams get the best experience they possibly can, and that throughout the whole thing, it's positive feelings as much as possible, while we still have to hit that standard. And sometimes things don't go the way that people want, and sometimes it's hard to figure out how to fix it, and we're here to help. We really, really are here to help. For actually what to expect during inspection, for one, the inspection checklist is publicly available, so it's always helpful to go through that ahead of time. Basic things that are going to happen: you're going to get your robot weighed, you're going to have your bumpers checked for making sure that there's the correct type of padding. You'll be asked about that. If you don't know the padding, or really just in general, if you can have either some of what you used available or the spec sheet, that is immensely helpful to everybody involved. We're going to make sure that that padding actually covers that whole bumper zone, so that when you hit another robot, we're hitting bumper to bumper as much as humanly possible. We don't want robots inside other robots when possible. We don't want broken robots if avoidable. From there, we're going to check that the numbers are legal, that the numbers are legible, that your robot can actually get into a legal starting configuration, that you can't reach outside of the 12 inches that you're allowed at any point. That we're also going to then check your wiring and your electrical system. Is everything wired correctly? Is your radio directly wired up to your power distribution method, no matter if it's PDP or PDH? It's important that it's direct there. We're going to check wire gauges. We don't want robot fires. We're going to check your batteries. Once again, we really don't want robot fires. Once we've seen that all of those main safety things are pretty much solid, we're going to ask you to go ahead and turn on your robot. We're going to check that your robot signal light works, that it's in sync with your robo reel, because those should be flashing up about the same rate, and they should pretty much be perfectly in sync. From there, we're going to check that your driver station versions are correct, all of those things. If they're not, we're going to Either ask if you're already prepared to fix that, or we can send a CSA your way and they'll help you update all of that. We're gonna check that your driver's station is legal and all of those things. We're gonna talk to you about making sure that both your computer and any controllers are not wireless at the event. Now that you are at an event, if you're getting inspected, Wi-Fi needs to get turned off on everything, Bluetooth, all of it. You cannot be using wireless communication to that robot in any method. So we're gonna talk you through that. We're gonna double check some of those things with you. And then once we're all good, we're gonna go get you a sticker. We're gonna initial it, you're gonna put on your robot, and then you're gonna come see us if you make any changes. And my recommendation is, even if it's a really small change, just stop by inspection before your next match. It's always easier to have us go, yeah, you're totally good, and to realize that, yeah, you might have walked to inspection for no reason, but then we can make a note of it. Then you get all the way to playoffs, us weigh your robot, and realize you've been doing work that makes your robot illegal, and we now have problems. It's always easier to just ask. Most of the time, we're not going to need to put it on the scale. Most of the time, we're not going to need to do almost anything. We'll be able to check whatever is the actual piece that you worked on, and then we'll be able to go from there. So that helps make everybody's life easier. And then as you go on and things break, things need fixes, feel free to always ask inspection if you need help figuring out how to fix something. Most of us have been doing this for a very long time. I've not only been inspecting for over 10 years, I've been in this program for 17 years of my life. And I've learned a lot of different ways to fix a lot of different problems in that time, and also to fix them in ways that will get you on that field legal for your next match, because I don't want you to miss a single one, and neither do almost any inspectors. The vast majority of inspectors I've worked with are also mentors on teams. And so we really, we're here for you. We want you to work, and ultimately, that's why I'm excited to once again, for fifth time this year, go start an event off with some load-in and some inspecting. And to PNW teams, see you there. And to everybody else, good luck at your events. And hopefully this was insightful. If you have any questions about inspection, feel free to drop them below. I'm happy to answer what I can. I will not ever give interpretations on if something is legal or not, but I'm always happy to help teams better understand the process, new inspectors to figure out, like, can they learn to inspect? The answer to that is yes. Everybody can learn to inspect. It really, so many people, I was not a technical mentor when I started inspecting. And even then, being a software engineer does not really qualify me to work on the more mechanical, electrical side that is inspection. But ultimately, you can learn. We're happy to help. And yeah, so hopefully that cleared up some of the more basic questions, and good luck.